Now this gameplay in the background is a game of Black Ops 1, and although it was a good gameplay to start off with, it turned out to be a massive disappointment, and you'll see why. So, enjoy the gameplay, and enjoy the shite at the end. So in order to give you an idea of how disappointed I was, I'm going to give you the epitome of disappointment by giving you a story of something that happened to me this morning. So if you're sitting comfortably, I shall begin. Now, this morning I walked my daughter to school, the normal day, the normal time, the normal routine. After I dropped her off, I decided to walk home and go the normal route that I normally do. It's just through the park, it's nice, it's quiet. I can generally grab myself a nice can of energy drink and drink it without people thinking I'm supping from a can of Strongbow because the can is black and green. As I was walking down, I noticed this young lady standing next to a bit of a grassy verge, and she was beautiful. And when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. From a distance, she kind of looks like a mixture of Lindsay Lohan and Carmen Electra. Really striking, dark hair, dark features, and a great big pair of earrings. So then I proceeded to walk closer, but became aware of the can that I was drinking might be perceived as something of an alcoholic nature, so I decided to turn the label round facing her so she would see that it was a can of Monster. Now as I got closer, she was just standing in one place, and she looked up at me and she smiled. A real cheeky little smile, kind of a corner of the eye, smirk of the upper right hand corner of her mouth smile. Now this made my day, immensely. It's not every day like that I get a smile from somebody so beautiful. What could she be possibly smiling at, I wondered. But I wanted to get closer and take more of a look. So I sucked in my stomach and puffed out my chest as if I'd been working out all morning, and made myself as tall as I possibly could. Then the closer I got, it definitely became more apparent that she was more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. But all of a sudden something strange happened. She reached into her pocket and she pulled out a carrier bag. A Waitrose bag. Classy chick. And then all of a sudden out of the grassy verge emerged this, I would say dog, but I think a pocket rat might be a bit more of a better description. Suddenly kicked up its back legs with a lot of grass flying up in the air, made a scoop for it and ran as fast as its little legs could take him. Then she put her hand inside of the carrier bag, squatted down with her great big voluptuous buttocks nearly touching the grass, and picked up the biggest steaming pile of dog shit I've ever seen in my entire life. She then folded aforementioned bag back into itself, tied it very loosely, and walked past me and smiled again. However, I was no longer interested in her good looks or her cheeky smile. I was more concentrating on the fact that she was waving a bag that looked like a pair of elephant's testicles practically right underneath my nose, and all of a sudden that attraction was taken away. In fact, I can safely say that momentarily, she was the ugliest pig I'd ever seen in my entire life. How disappointing. And look at that rage quit. That was equally as disappointing for me. Not a good day. Apocalypse done.